Good morning, Pelham Road. As soon as I turned the camera off yesterday, I remembered I was going to show you some of the artwork here in my office. I won't take long, but I'll show you a couple of pieces. So I'm going to walk around with the camera, so it's likely that you're going to have some nausea associated with this. I'm not very good with holding the camera. This picture here. This is a tree, as you can see, with a face. I don't know what possessed me to do that. Then here is my idea of a sunset. Probably too much orange in the water there, but that was the best I could do at the time. Probably the best I could still do today. This one here in the middle, you're familiar with this Norman Rockwell print. It's one of my favorites. Actually, probably is my favorite. Then I'll take you over here and let you see this one up top here. If you can see that, that's the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm trying to get to, yeah, there's the Golden Gate Bridge. That's the same location. One is taken with the sun on the bridge, the other, the sun not on the bridge. Let's see if I can get a better look at that. Well, now you're not getting, there you go. The sun on the bridge, sun not on the bridge. Sun makes a big difference. All right. So now we come back down here. All right, here we go. Well, that's some of the artwork in my home office. Didn't show you the other wall behind the camera here. Maybe some other time. You'll need your thinking cap on this morning. First, I'm going to read from Mark 10:17 and a few verses beyond it. As Jesus was setting out on a journey, a man ran up to him and knelt down before him and asked him, "Good teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" And Jesus said to him, "Why do you call me good? No one's good but God. You know the commandments. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. You shall not defraud. Honor your father and mother." That's all. But here's how we read Mark 10:17 and beyond. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. You shall not defraud. Honor your father and mother, etc. We assume Jesus went on with the rest of the commandments, but that Mark was possibly tired, and so he ended it after 6. Or maybe the man interrupted Jesus and he didn't get to finish his thought. But have you ever given any consideration to the idea that Jesus was revising the original list? Now, this is the original form. I told you you're going to need your thinking caps. The original form in Deuteronomy 5:7-22. You might want to write these down as I go. 1, have no other gods before me. Not on this list that Jesus just made, though. Make no graven images. Number 2, not on this list that Jesus just made. Don't take the Lord's name in vain, but not on this list. Keep the Sabbath holy. Not on this list. Honor your father and mother. On this list of Jesus's. Thou shalt not kill. On this list. Thou shalt not commit adultery. On this list. Thou shalt not steal. On this list. Thou shalt not bear false witness. On this list. And do not covet your neighbor's wife. Not on this list. And then Jesus adds from Deuteronomy 24 to his list, and do not defraud. Do not defraud. Now, what should we make of this? Jesus quoting and promoting 6 commandments instead of 10. By his selection, Jesus seems to be echoing what the later prophets promoted. The later prophets being Isaiah, Micah, Amos, and so forth. And that is sin equals action. Say something like temptation or being tempted. That is being a person who's coveting something. This is not actionable. How do we know when anybody's coveting anything? Have no gods before me. That's unenforceable. How can we know someone's conscious? So Jesus highlights the 6 sins that are actually actionable. They're actually things that you do. Coveting can't be enforced or witnessed, but committing adultery, now that's an action. Defrauding another man of money or taking advantage of someone financially, that's an action. Now, it shouldn't come as any surprise that Jesus' list of sins are things which can be seen as a violation of his chief rule, the golden rule. Do to others as you would have them do to you. You don't want somebody stealing money from you. You don't want somebody defrauding you of money. You don't want somebody trying to take advantage of you when you sell a car, right? So don't do it to another. Now, I can only imagine that the people, when they heard this the first time, felt relief. I mean, the system that had been created by the priests of their days had over 600 plus laws and regulations. And many were about, the sacrificial system and interior motives that you couldn't define or measure, which seems both complicated and burdensome. Jesus' approach is refreshing to them, I imagine. If you owe money, pay it. Don't tell lies. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. Don't be unfaithful to promises that you've made. Don't take someone else's life. And those parents who taught you everything, will take care of them. I mean, sounds like a good, simple life. Maybe that's why Jesus promoted it and preached it. Have a good day.